Hello and welcome to the Secret Wealth Project. I'm Matt. Hope you're doing all right this evening, today, whenever you watch this. Okay, so somebody asked me in one of the comments on YouTube about which is the best passive online income model, or which is the best online business model. And you know what? That's what this video is about. But that question is a good question, but it's not an easy one to answer, because what someone might think is best, somebody else might disagree with. Somebody else might think is not the best. So the way I liken it is, it's kind of like Top Trumps. I don't know if you've ever played it, but it's the game, the card game, like where you get like a picture and it's a name and it's like a, I don't know, like a beast or something, and it'll say strength 10, skill 5, speed 3. Do you know what I mean? And it's very much like that. That's the answer to this question. That's the first answer to this question. There is no best. And things being so, things changing so quickly on the internet all the time, the best changes constantly. So what might be the best today might not be the best tomorrow. Say, for example, if you could go back in a time machine 4 years and start private labeling on Amazon, then you would probably be in the best place at the best time. You know, 4 years ago, private label on Amazon was so hot. So hot. It was in its infancy. There wasn't a whole lot of people doing it, not compared to now. And you could pretty much private label any product and drop it on Amazon with a decent listing, and wow, your sales will go through the roof. It'd be crazy. And over time, as is the case with anything where the money flows easily, it kind of diminishes somewhat and becomes less so. And I mean, I'm a very unpopular voice in this, but when I say this, but and I feel like right now it's an unpopular opinion to have the opinion I've got, and that I'm going to share with you in a minute. But like maybe 6 months or a year from now, it will actually be the popular opinion and everyone will be saying it, but they'll forget that I was saying it before most other people. But yeah, basically for me, if you're a new seller, and I've said it before in other videos, if you're a new seller and you're looking to private label on Amazon, I don't believe that's the best thing you can pursue. That's not the best use of your time. I think it's going to be an uphill struggle. I think it's very difficult nowadays. There's still money to be made. You can still make it, but I think it would takes a lot of luck, takes a lot more money probably than it used to, and all kinds of other things. So I don't want to say it because I know people will jump down my throat about it, but private label on Amazon's dead. There, I said it. Look, you know what? It's not totally dead. I did give my little caveats, my little disclaimers before I just said that, but if I was talking to a mate over a beer and I cared about that mate, and he was asking me, Matt, I'm thinking about this private label on Amazon thing. Should I do it? You know, you've been on the internet a long time. Should I do it? I would tell my friend, no. Do not waste your money. Do not waste your money. Private labeling on Amazon is dead. Now, I realise this is a different audience and you might have vested interests in private label on Amazon working. Maybe you even got a private label business that is working for you. I mean, I'm still selling private label stuff on Amazon, but here's me saying it's dead. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's more difficult now than it used to be. I'm saying if you're a new seller with no web assets to leverage, then Amazon private label in early 2017, it's done. It's over. It's over. You can keep spinning your wheels. You can keep messing around. You can keep chasing the same clicks everyone else is chasing, and dropping all your profit on pay-per-click, Amazon pay-per-click, and hoping that you can get some traction and stuff. But the bottom line is, it's done. It's done. Now, there's still going to be people make a lot of money at it. I understand that. But for the everyday guy like you and me, private label on Amazon is not the place to be. So there, I said it. I banged on about it too much. I've said it in previous videos. Sorry I sound like a stuck record if I do. Excuse me. So then it leads me on to it. So we're not 4 years ago. Private label on Amazon is not the thing to do. So what is the thing to do? Or what are the business models? Well, like I say, it's like a game of top trumps, okay? The top trump card for Amazon FBA is not very strong against the other top trump cards anymore. You know, the other ones are a lot better, in my opinion. Not all of them. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are terrible. But the benefits of private label on Amazon, you know, that card is not looking so strong against the other cards anymore. But anyway, I'm going to go into 10 online business models that you can kind of create passive income with, and talk about which is maybe best. And like I say, there is no best. So I'll talk about some of the pluses and minuses of each of them. And maybe it'll make you think, and maybe you want to go that direction. And you know what? I've always said kind of, whichever way the crowd are going, go the opposite way. So, for example, if like 20,000 people have just bought a course about private label on Amazon, then yeah, you could be one of them 20,000, but you're much better probably being one of the, I don't know, 500 or 1,000 people doing some other business model that's not so popular, or that's not as established in the internet marketing kind of guru marketplace type thing, the one that people aren't selling so much. So anyway, so Amazon FBA is the first one. There's a lot of pluses to Amazon FBA. Whether that's online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, private label, whatever, there's a lot of pluses to it. You know, Amazon's got a lot of traffic. They'll dispatch your goods for you and deal with a lot of the customer like headaches that you're going to get. So, I mean, there's a lot of pluses to it. The downsides to it is Amazon swallow a good chunky margin. Pay-per-click costs, if you're advertising on Amazon, for example, swallow another chunkier margin. Then you've got cost of goods. And the biggest thing is competition. Amazon is swamped with sellers selling everything. And you know what? To a certain extent, competition is good because it means there's money in that niche, or there's money in that model. But on the other hand, it can also be a bad thing if there's too much competition, because everyone's fighting over the same piece of the pie, and the more people fighting over it, the smaller the pie gets. So, is there still money to be made on Amazon? Yes. Is it still worth pursuing an Amazon business? Yes. If you're new to maybe online marketing, excuse me again, and Amazon FBA private label is your weapon of choice, then I wouldn't bother. That's just my opinion. Sorry if you're a guy selling a course on Amazon private label, it's done. You know it's done. You're probably not doing it yourself, or if you are, you just got well-established brands already. But you know what? For new sellers, if you're honest with yourself, it's about done. So anyway, next one, Google AdSense. Okay, so there's something called Google AdSense, and you can create kind of passive cash flowing web assets by monetizing it from Google AdSense. Basically, Google, everyone knows who Google is, they have people advertise with them. And basically, you can put something called AdSense on your site, and then Google will pay you a percentage of what that advertiser paid them to put that advert on your site. So basically, you become like an advertising third party for Google, and they share the ad revenue with you. So they share what the advertiser pays in per click when it comes from your website. Google will give you a chunk of it. So, I mean, this is all right. Once upon a time, people was making a lot of money on Google AdSense, but I think it's less so nowadays. In fact, I know it's less so. It's definitely not as popular as it once was, and for good reason. I mean, once upon a time, you could make an AdSense empire, and now not so much so. Again, I'm sure there's always going to be examples of he's making $1 million a year, he's making 10 million. There's always going to be these outlying examples, but I'm talking about the common everyday guy that like you and me, not the PhD marketing students that have grown up in the dad's business and worked 50 years doing something. Do you know what I mean? Just the average everyday guy. So basically, you could create a blog anyway. You can create a blog and you can monetize that with AdSense. So you load these AdSense ads on your blog and you get traffic from, for example, Google. So once your blog's search engine optimized, you hope to get some traffic. So people coming to your website, some of them people click on the AdSense ads and you make some money. Have I done this? Yeah, I've done a lot of this. In the past, this was a big part of my business model for a few years. Like I had an 8-man Filipino team, and for a portion of their few years they were with me, they was building AdSense related sites, and other sites, but a lot of the content sites were being monetized by AdSense, and it's a lot of work for not a lot of money. There's easier ways to make money, but yeah, if you want to set up a blog, that's one way to monetize it with AdSense. Again, AdSense can monetize YouTube videos. So this video, it might have an advert on there, and somebody's paying to put that advert on there. And it's linked to AdSense accounts. I know it's like a YouTube ad thing, but it's linked to a Google AdSense account. So I make roughly so far. I'll be straight with you. Each video I've made, it averages out to about $1 per video. That's not $1 per day. That's not $1 per week. That's $1 per video. That's pretty much what I've made. Now, a couple of videos have made like $10, and some videos have made a lot less than $1. But it averages out to about $1 is what I've made so far. So monetizing YouTube videos with AdSense, again, you're not going to get rich from it unless you've got a channel like PewDiePie who's got 50 million plus subscribers, and every video he puts out like 3 or 4 a day or something like that. And he'll get like 1-2 million views on each video. That guy's clearly going to be getting filthy rich from his YouTube ads. But for the everyday common person that's got small followings, no followings, or wanting to build a following, YouTube ads are not going to build you a massive passive income. Having said that, you know what? There's a lot of YouTubers that over time kind of do build, do build a nice passive income. You hear a lot of people making £20,000, £30,000 a year from their YouTube income. So it can make you something, but it's very unlikely that you're going to be making, 6 figures from your YouTube ads revenue. And you know what? That was Google AdSense, one of the passive income ideas. But I'm going to say that I've just talked about the YouTube channel as well, which was another one. So let me just delete that off my list. YouTube channel. I've done the AdSense, and I've done Amazon. Okay, so another one that I've done plenty of in the past is affiliate marketing. So again, right now I'm doing a little bit of affiliate marketing on this channel. Again, I'm not getting rich off it. Maybe I've made $100, $200 or something like that. I don't know exactly, but a couple $100 I've probably made. But the time and effort I've put into these videos, you'll understand that a couple $100, not per video, I mean talking about the whole amount of videos I've done so far, a couple $100 or so is not gonna set the world on fire. It's a little bit of pocket money to kind of, it's a nice little sweetener for doing a video. It's really, when someone buys something through one of my affiliate links, I know because they're quite educated. You guys are educated, and most of you have got some kind of internet marketing background. You understand what an affiliate link. So I know that if you wanted to, you could just go direct to the merchant, which is, I know a lot of you will have already done that. But those that click through my link really means a lot to me. So anyway, it's not about me. It's not about the affiliate links on my videos, but I'm just trying to show you there is an example. So for example, if you bought FBA Wizard, you may have chose to do it through my link. If you have, then I'm likely to have earned a small commission from it. Now, like I say, no one's getting rich from that kind of thing. But it's like anything. If you do a lot of something, they can make a lot of money at it. So FBA Wizard aside, there's lots of companies that offer affiliate commissions. So you could promote lots of other products and earn affiliate commission from it. That, however you can get traffic, you can kind of create an affiliate offer for it. So whether that's YouTube videos, whether that's a blog, whether that's, whatever else, there's pretty much affiliate offers for pretty much anything. And I think the key with it is to incentivize people to use your link so they don't go and just not use your link, just to kind of cut you out of it. Because I think a lot of people are skeptical about people promoting other people's products because they just assume that they're doing it only for the commission. But I hope you guys know that everything I've ever recommended to you has not been for the commission. It's just been because it's the best, but it happens to have an affiliate program with it. So it's nice to be able to get a little bit of pocket money on the back end, buy myself a cup of tea and Costa, with that. But yeah, affiliate marketing is one way of doing it. So however you can get traffic, you can pretty much create an affiliate offer for it, even if you have to jump through a few hoops. Like, for example, I don't know if it's like it now, but if you advertise on some pay-per-click networks, they don't like you sending traffic directly to an affiliate link. But I know if you sent them to a site, say like a pre-sale content page or a website that has a lot of pre-sale content on it that links to affiliate links, last I knew that most of them are pretty much okay with that. It's hard to even spot that if you do it cleverly. But yeah, that's another way. So affiliate marketing is another way you can make a passive income online. So you could create a site, maybe you could get it ranked in Google, a bit of search engine optimization, and then sprinkle it with affiliate offers, not randomly, but where it makes sense and where it adds value to your customers or visitors, then you could make them an affiliate offer and make a commission. And if you do that and build websites and pages or all out there, monetize with affiliate links, then there's money to be made. In my experience, affiliate marketing is much better use of your time than, say, AdSense would be. So if you created a content website and placed AdSense on it, you're more likely to make more money if you created that same web content site and pre-sold some affiliate like stuff. So typically, there's more money in affiliate marketing than AdSense. That's as I've experienced. Again, your mileage may vary. I don't know. So let me just put that up there for a bit of a different view of me. Still coughing. So yeah, that's affiliate stuff. Information products. This is a big one. Made a lot of money over my years in information products. They can be on anything from, I don't know, picking up women to like teaching people how to pick up women, to how to care for your fish, how to play the guitar, how to make money online. What else? Pretty much anything that if you've got information like something I spent a lot of money on recently as an information product is like gym stuff, like fitness guides and things like that. When I say a lot of money, I mean probably a couple $100 or something like that. So it's not that much. But yeah, like video courses and things like that. But information products. Let me just look at ebooks, like ebooks. Any information product. So if you can teach somebody how to do something, or you have some knowledge, then there's good money in that, and it's a nice passive thing because obviously you can create a product and then you can sell it again and again and again. So there's good money in information products. It's a nice passive business model. It's not dead easy to get into unless you create like a Udemy course or Udemy course or something like that. But then you're going to be selling it for like £10 and you don't even get all the money. So there's money to be made in information products, big money, but it's not dead straightforward. It takes a lot of time and effort and knowing what you're doing to make it work. So it's not like just build a web page or a blog and then chuck some adverts on it. It's a bit more involved than that. But if you get it right, you can get it really right. So another one that is kind of related to that is a membership site. So creating like a members content site. So for example, if you knew how to buy stocks and shares, if you're as good with that, you could create a tips newsletter. Or let's say you was good at picking horse racing, gambling things, then maybe you could, give tips on horses that were going to win a race or something like that. And you could sell it in a membership site. So you'd have a monthly subscription and you could sell access to those tips or tricks. But I mean, you could even set up some kind of drip fed content site. So it wouldn't have to be something you actively worked on like tips. It could be something, for example, I don't know. Let me try and think of a great example. Pretty much anything can be turned into a drip fed content site. But when I put myself on the spot like this, it's really hard to think of examples. Can't think of one. But yeah, basically where you're selling some information that's evergreen, so it never goes out of fashion, it never changes, and maybe you drip feed it in a membership site to people. So, month one, they would get the first module, month two, they get the second module, and each month they pay for the modules. I mean, again, I've done plenty of that in my time as well. So that's membership sites, and that's a good way to make money, especially if you've got something good to offer people. It doesn't work if you've not got much to offer, because people see through it and don't want it, and then they'll just cancel and or refund. So you've kind of got to know what you're on about, and it's got to be legit. So that's that. Another one is an e-commerce dropshipping store. Now, I think this is a really good top trumps card right now for people, for everyday people, because you can build a website without any kind of programming knowledge, i.e. a Shopify store. And I've got a free Shopify course on this channel if you've not seen it. It's a couple of videos ago it starts. So check out my free Shopify dropshipping course. But yeah, basically create a website, really easy, an e-commerce store that's mobile responsive, so it responds great on mobile and tablets. You know, on your iPad it works great. And it's really easy to do, a few clicks and you're up and running, and real easy to get into. And then you don't even need to buy any stock. You can just kind of load it with dropshipped products, say from eBay or from AliExpress. That's a Chinese website, a dropshipping website kind of thing. So when your customer comes to your website and buys something, then you can literally just drop ship the product. So the person in China that makes the product or sells the product literally sends it to your customer, and that can be in a different country. Very, 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 very passive if you build systems in place and get everything up and running and then leave it to do its thing. But it's going to take some active work. So I include that in there. It's pretty much an active business model, but it could be kind of passive in time if you do things the right way. So yeah, that's another one, e-commerce dropshipping store. It doesn't have to be Shopify. It could be BigCommerce, could be WooCommerce, could be 3D Cart, OpenCart, whatever. But yeah, a dropshipping kind of e-commerce store. And you don't have to dropship from eBay or AliExpress. There's loads of other places. So that's that one. Here's another one that's relatively rare and would be very, very, very easy to do with some basic knowledge, okay? And I think this is a cracking little idea. It's not an original idea. I'm not going to try and make out that I made it up, but it's something I don't see many people doing, and I think it's, knowing what I know about internet marketing, I think this has got some real strong top trumps to it, okay? So, as you know, it's basically, right, I'll tell you what it is and then I'll explain it a little bit more. But it's creating mini sites for local businesses and then ranking them in Google and then renting them out. So let's say you're a local plumber, okay, and you've not got a website, but you want a website, but you know how it is. Just creating a website doesn't mean anyone's going to find that website. And then if they do find that website, it doesn't mean anyone's going to click through or give you a call or whatever. So you're not forced to get any business from that website. So for your average plumber, getting a presence online and getting that presence to generate them income and calls and stuff is very, very difficult. But for somebody with some very basic internet marketing knowledge, it's real easy. So, for example, I should drink. So, for example, if you was to, if you were trying to search engine optimize a new website for something like iPhone5.com. No, not iPhone5.com. If you were trying to sell iPhones or something like that, or not iPhones, because that's a bad example as well, but if you're trying to sell a product, some random, popular product, the competition on Google and on the search engines is going to be absolutely crazy, and you're going to really struggle to rank for it. But if you're trying to advertise to, a furniture shop in Dudley, now the competition for a furniture shop in Dudley I've not looked, but it will be tiny. And with someone with basic knowledge of SEO and a bit of copywriting skills, you could absolutely crush all the other sites pretty much, or a lot of the other sites in Google. So what you could do is you find, or you create a site, say, and I'm not saying this is the perfect order to do it in, but you create a website for furniture shops in Dudley, and then you go to the furniture shops in Dudley and say, look, I've got a page 1 ranking, look, I'm number 1 or number 5 or whatever ranking you are in Google. This website is a Dudley furniture shop website. I will rent you the number on that website. So basically I'll make a few tweaks and changes to it, put your photos on there and stuff, and make out it's your website or one of your websites, and then your number will go on there, and all you do is pay me a rent for that website. So whether that's £100 a month, whether that's £500 a month, whether that's £1,000 a month, whatever it might be, but you rent that website to that business. Now, search engine optimization on a local scale is a doddle. It's still so really, really easy. Now, I'm not saying if you're trying to optimize for somewhere like London or New York, it's going to be a doddle. But if you've got some small town up in the north of England, or I don't know, some little town in some random place in Texas, then search engine optimization is still very, very, very easy. So you create this simple website, can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, get it ranked in Google pretty quickly, pretty easy. Okay, so guys, you're going to have seen a jump in the video there, and I've actually got different clothes on now. What happened was my phone actually filled up with content and it just stopped recording, so it just cut off. I considered uploading the video as it was because I thought, no, it's going to take editing and all kinds of things, and I like to do these in one edit, and the editing means it's going to have to process, then it's going to have to upload, then it's going to have to process again on YouTube. Nightmare. But you know what? I figured you guys would hate me if I just finished the video like that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to finish it real quick. I've deleted that video. I've uploaded it to my laptop, deleted it. So I'm jumping through hoops here, guys, to try and get you a video on tonight. But anyway, right, so the last one I was talking about is mini sites for local businesses. So yeah, you could literally build a website, a local website, get it locally optimized, and then rent it out to the company. Boom! I think you could do this all day long. You're going to need a little bit of salesmanship, or at least some templated emails to send to businesses, and to a certain extent, you're going to need negotiation skills because they're going to want to pay £10 or whatever. But you could always do something like, look, I'll give you the first month for £100, and then after that it'll be X. And you know what, if you do your job right, if you know what you're doing, and I know what I'm doing with this, I could light it up with this, but if you know what you're doing, then you could get that phone ringing off the hook, and they'll be throwing money at you. They'll be begging you to let them have it at pretty much not any price, but they'll be pushing £100 notes in your hands. I know there's no £100 notes, but it's just an expression. Anyway, next one. So that's another one you could do. Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, t-shirt business. So there's print-on-demand t-shirt companies out there, and mug companies and clock companies, but basically printing companies that print your designs onto t-shirts. You don't need to create the t-shirts until one sells, and some of them have a marketplace. So like Merch by Amazon is Amazon's own print-on-demand thing. So basically all you do is you just spend all day uploading t-shirt designs. So it can just be simple designs like with writing on them, like it can be I am a soccer mom, I am a baseball mom, I am a basketball mom, I am a football mom, I am a bad mom, I am a good mom, whatever. You can have whatever on the t-shirts, and the idea is you bang them up there, bang them up there, bang them up there. This is probably not the best strategy for Merch by Amazon because I think there's restrictions on the amount of t-shirts you can put on and stuff at any one time. Having said that, I've not done Merch by Amazon. I'm still waiting to be approved. It's a long approval process, and it can take months and months and months. Some people say 8-9 months longer. So I'm just waiting for Merch by Amazon, but it looks really good. In the meantime, we are dabbling on Redbubble, and there's some other ones that like Teespring, I think is one of them, and Zazzle maybe. Anyway, these print-on-demand ones. Some of them have got decent-ish marketplaces on them. Others, you might have to drive traffic to them. But it's another passive income stream. Imagine having 1,000 or 10,000 t-shirt designs on there, maybe done by a VA, a virtual assistant, maybe done by yourself and then just left. But the thing is, once you've done them designs, they could sell on their marketplace again and again and again and again over time, and you could build to a significant income. So this is another online passive business model that I think is quite good if you think about it and go about it the right way. There's a lot of potential in that. So that's another one, especially on Merch by Amazon, because obviously you've got Amazon's traffic, and I think it's pretty much 10 times the traffic of the closest competitor, which by what I've figured out is Redbubble, and I think you're likely to get 10 times the sales on Merch by Amazon. So in this case, Amazon is king in the t-shirt printing space, but I know there is options. Who is it? Maybe Teespring. I've signed some deal with Amazon. I might be making this up. I might be wrong, but something telling me that I read recently that Teespring, or one of the print-on-demand t-shirt companies, had signed some deal with Amazon. so that the designs on Teespring or whichever company it is will actually be on Amazon. Now again, I might be making that up, might be wrong, but if that's the case, then that could be a nice like backdoor way into selling t-shirts on Amazon. You know what, if you haven't heard that already, you heard it here first. Secret Wealth Project, Matt. Remember me, guys, when you get rich. But yeah, so that's another little online passive business model. And then the last one that I'm going to go into now, and there's tons and tons and tons and tons of variations and tons of little things you can do that are related to these and total different business models. I could only talk about a few because it's already a massive video now. And my phone filled up with information, with video stuff. I've had to delete the video I just did once it was on my laptop to be able to do this one. So I need to go through my phone and start deleting stuff. To be fair to the iPhone, it's been really good and it's holding loads of my old videos. So I'm going to just delete them all and just they'll just be on YouTube then. So yeah, the last one is create software and sell it. Sell software, massive, massive, massive business model. If you can create software, or you know someone that can create software, or you're happy to invest and trust somebody to create that software for you and like maintain it, then you can get absolutely stinking rich from software if you get it right. Now, obviously, you've got heavy competition. You've still got to be a marketer. You've still got to market it and all that stuff. But for example, and this is very high-end software, but you've got, say, Adobe Creative Cloud, is it called? I pay something like £50 a month to have Dreamweaver, Adobe Muse, Photoshop, and they're basically their Creative Cloud package of products. I pay something like £50 a month to have them. And yeah, it's really high-end creative software, of which when you've watched my videos, you realise I don't do much high-end creative stuff, at least on these videos, but I do use Photoshop a lot and stuff like that. But like, they're making, I don't know what the figures are, but they're making, I don't know if it's hundreds of millions a year, but it's definitely going to be in the tens of millions a year. I mean, everyone's heard of Photoshop, you know, it's crazy popular software and it's high-end software. That's an extreme example. You would need a massive, massive, massive team to be able to develop something like that. But, and I hope Sean, if he sees this, forgives me for saying this, but look at FBA Wizard. You know, a much smaller team could build an app like FBA Wizard, and people pay £67 or whatever it is a month for that, more than Adobe Creative Cloud. And again, all due respect to Sean, it's an amazing niche piece of software, and that's the key. It services a niche, online arbitragers, very, very, very well, and that's why a lot of people pay the money they do to use it. You know, it's not as broad as Photoshop. It's a very niche product, but there's big money in it. You know, people are paying more to use FBA Wizard than they are to use Photoshop because it's a niche thing. But obviously, it's got a smaller potential market. But I mean, I don't want you to just think in terms of design applications and FBA Wizard. I want you to think in the broader scale. What software have you bought and paid for? What software have you got on recurring monthly subscriptions? You know, what services are you paying for that are software based, that maybe if you had the ability to create that software, you could create either competition for it or create something totally new that people want and have not used before. But anyway, it's very scalable business model. You create the software once and then you can roll it out to as many users as you want. Maybe you might have to add servers if it's cloud-based or whatever, but basically you can just like roll it out. You could sell it 1 million copies if you wanted to, and they could be paying £50 a month to use it. So as you can see, software is absolutely huge. As a top trumps card, obviously it's got barriers to entry like programming ability or at least access to decent coders. But if you can get over them barriers to entry and things like that, could be huge for you. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up now, guys. I'm going to try and piece these together and then get it uploaded. So hopefully it won't take too long, but I mean, I'm not even sure it's 20 past 10 now, and whether I'll get it online for midnight, I don't know. I'm hoping to, but if I don't, I don't. But I've tried my best, guys. Hope you appreciate it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, I should say, it's really important to not spread yourself too thin. Just because I've talked about all these different business models, don't start thinking, oh, Matt says multiple streams of income, lots of passive income. Don't start thinking like that. Start thinking little. like targeted. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to focus on one thing. Absolutely maximum 2 things, and that's just to have your fingers in different pies, or just to make sure if one thing goes away, then you've got something in the background. But ideally, sorry, still ill. Ideally, you only have one thing that you focus on, and you just focus on it, and you keep working at it until it works. Don't give up. Just keep forging forward, keep pushing, keep going with it, go ahead and make it happen. Make it work. You know, just one thing. So don't think, oh, I should be doing 10 things. You shouldn't be doing 10 things. You should be doing one thing. At the very maximum, 2 things. And that, I would prefer you to have a VA or some help before you switch to the second thing. So really, guys, try and stay laser focused on one, maybe 2 things at a maximum, but stay laser focused, stay on one thing if you can, and stick with it. So don't jump around and don't finish anything, you know, stick with something and make it happen. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you in the next video, which might very well be, based on the likes on the Shopify course part 2, the likes, as I'm looking at it right now, is 73. I said on 75, I'm going to make the video the same day. So by tomorrow, I'm sure it's going to get 2 more likes. So I'm going to get that video done probably tomorrow. I've got Ebony till the afternoon, so it might be difficult to fit it in, but I'll do my best for you guys. So fingers crossed, Shopify video will be up tomorrow at the very latest. It'll be up Sunday, but I'm hoping the Shopify part 3 video will be up tomorrow, which is the 7th of January. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Feel free to like it, comment, ask me questions, whatever, subscribe and share it if you want to. If you think this might benefit anyone, please feel free to share it. And again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Matt. This has been the Secret Wealth Project. It's all about making money passively online. I will see you in the next video. Have a great night or day. Bye-bye.